This is an example. Someone pour me up a double shot of whiskey. You know me and Jack Daniels have a history. I actually don't know the rest of the lyrics. Now it's your turn.
If I'm the problem, you might be the...
I told you could just say it.
I know, I sang it, didn't I?
Buy dirt. Find the one you can't live without. Buy a ring, let your knee hit the ground. Love what you do and call it work. And put a little
How do you know that song?
I listen to country music. Why are you surprised?
Since when?
Since I'm your brother.
You want to talk about sports?
Yes, I want to talk about sports.
You want to get a real job? You want to talk about sports?
Sports.
Sports?
Sports.
Sports?
Sports.
All right, sports it is.
Welcome to Tony's Upset. I'm your host, Tony Chinelli, with my brother and co-host, Gianni Chinelli.
Hey, Tony, how you doing today?
I am great. How are you?
I am doing so well. I am so excited for today's episode because it's one of those episodes that we're really just going to follow up on things that we introduced, and now that they've happened, we can talk about them. Let's get started. What do you want to talk about first?
Let's talk about the MLB All Star Game.
Okay. Who won it?
The National League won it.
Was it a good game?
It was actually a good game. The NL jumped out to a 4-0 lead, but the AL came storming back and went into extra innings.
Okay. So you were telling me when it happened, well, actually the night after, I remember you were telling me, you were like, I already know what I'm going to be upset about on the podcast.
Yes.
You told me that they have something called a swing-off?
Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah, so the MLB has been trying to change baseball. Yes, a lot.
With the pitch
to
clock?
Make a pitch clock, extra innings, like a runner starts off on second base.
And is that in all games?
Yeah, if it goes into extra innings, a runner starts off on second base.
I don't like that. Go ahead.
I actually do, though. To make the game faster.
Okay, that's fair.
Yes. So, now, and I got into the exhibition game, but the All-Star game went into a swing-off. I thought it was stupid.
Okay, so what is the swing-off, basically?
So, the managers get to pick 3 players from the NL and AL. Oh, and both managers didn't do the stars.
Okay.
Ohtani or Judge. I don't know if they...
Neither one of them picked their stars.
No, yes.
That's weird. You think they'd pick Ohtani or Judge, who are probably the best home run hitters they have. But
yes. The NL, they have 3 chances to hit home runs. The NL ended up winning it because Kyle Scherzer from the Philadelphia... Phillies, sorry. I was thinking about another team. Philadelphia Phillies.
Let's be honest. It's a stupid name, the Philadelphia Phillies.
Phillies.
Like, that's not very creative.
No.
But, you know what? I'm not going to talk about birds and all the other names, so I'm going to let you continue.
He hit 3 home runs to win the All-Star game and was the MVP.
So let me ask you a question. All-Star game was good. Swing off, stupid.
Yes.
We were talking about a guy. What was the guy? Maybe the catcher for the Seattle
Mariners, Collier.
Yes. And he made the All-Star game?
Yes, he did.
Okay. I'm happy to hear that. Now, another All-Star game that we talked about was the WNBA All Star Game, which had a final score of 151 to 131, which is a little insane, but not as insane as last year's NBA All Star Game, which we'll get to in a moment. But who was the standout player from Team Collier?
Well, it was their captain, Nafisa Collier, had a huge night, 36 points, and helped her team win.
She's kind of insane.
Yeah.
I think they call her the MVP. I think I've seen that before. I mean,
I have not heard of that before. Hey.
Now, Caitlin Clark, though, she didn't play, which is why she didn't put up any
she got injured.
Because she's injured. But she coached the team, which is always fun to see. Now, that being said, one of the things that I asked Tony if he was upset about this, it doesn't bother him that much. It bothers me a little bit. And this is an issue with all All-Star games, in my opinion. I like to see a little bit more defense, if I'm being honest. It's hard because I don't want people getting injured during the All-Star game. Because like Tony said, it's an expedition game. Mm-hmm. People don't need to go out there and get injured. But I like a little bit of smash mouth sport.
Well, that's why Adam Silver, the guy who runs it...
The NBA commissioner.
The commissioner change the All Star Game this year.
Well, he kind of had to after the 2024 All Star Game, which was a little bit of a shootout. Tony, what was the score of that game?
It was 211 to 186.
That is actually absurd. I saw that Karl Anthony Towns alone had 50 points, and Damian Lillard had 39. That was off of 11 three-pointers out of 23, which is actually pretty good shooting.
Wow.
But there's no defense going on, so. But, hey, we were actually going to talk about Damian Lillard.
Yes, we were.
Why?
Yes, he went back to the Portland Trailblazers on a 3-year contract.
Which is super nice, because that's where he spent most of his career
and
anyways,
has his
right?
family.
Yeah, I think it's going to be good for him to be back in Portland. But he's not going to play this year because he's injured, right?
Yep, yes.
Okay, but after that, he'll have a team to come back to. That's really sweet. We love to see it.
Yes, yes.
By the way, at work, I've been socializing your idea that he is not a first ballot Hall of Famer. I've gotten really mixed opinions about it.
Okay.
Most people seem to think it's kind of interesting. So if you're a casual like me, you don't think about Damian Lillard's full body of work. You think about the highlights you've seen about him, and you're like, yeah, of course, absolute first ballot MVP. Mm-hmm. But then when you make the argument similar to Russell Wilson when we did our last pod about if you're phenomenal for a couple of years and then you extend your career an extra decade and you're not phenomenal, it kind of makes your career look worse. And I get that. So I got mixed opinions, but for the most part, most people, they seem to think your view was reasonable.
Okay, yay. You may not agree with me, but maybe my point of view could persuade
or your mind.
Change your mind and say, you.
Well, generally speaking, we need listener questions. So if you ever hear something that Tony says or I say and you think it's stupid, or if you agree with us, shoot us an email at the email in the show description and let us know what you think, because we are always here for feedback. And talking about feedback, I made a joke last time, well actually I guess it was 2 podcasts ago, about the Poirier and Holloway fight, and how Holloway should not have tried to fight Poirier for a 3rd time because he got beat twice in a row. But what happened this last fight, Tony?
Holloway beat Poirier this time in his hometown, his last fight.
That's insanity.
Yes.
So, Tony and I actually went to Buffalo Wild Wings, I'm a man of my word, and we watched the fight, and it was really interesting because Poirier's last fight in his hometown, before he retires, he's fighting a guy for the BMF fight belt. And this is a guy that he's beat twice. And it was a good fight for Poirier, right?
Yeah, it was a really good fight. You know, they both knocked each other down.
You were telling me how Poirier thinks he's good at submitting people, but he isn't.
Well, he tried to get a submission. He knocked down the Holloway and then tried to jump on him.
Yeah.
And almost got it, but didn't get it.
Yeah, and it cost him.
Yes, it did.
Holloway won the fight.
Holloway, it's a back and forth, but Holloway has the most significant strikes that he has landed on his opponents in the UFC right now with over 3,000 strikes.
Jeez.
And that's how if you decide to strike with him, he just can...
Well, thunder, I don't know if you can hear it.
If you guys heard that, it's deciding the lane.
So, one of the things that's interesting to me is, I wonder, because UFC is not entirely in my wheelhouse, I wonder, is this really Poirier's last fight? Do you think he'll come back? I know there was a little bit of talk about whether or not he might get the White House fight.
Well, he's been on record saying that he doesn't want to fight again. He doesn't want the White House fight.
I mean, it's interesting because you hate to see people finish their career like this. But if Poirier's happy after a long career, it seems like him and Holloway have great respect for one another. Yeah, I mean, that's fine with me.
Yeah, me too.
Would you like to see him do one last fight?
No, not really. He's just getting older,
Yeah.
What does he have to prove, though?
That's a good point.
Going in, he's never lost 2 fights in a row except for his last fight.
Yeah, that's fair.
He's having another kid. He's doing other stuff. He has a barbecue sauce.
Have you tried it?
No, I have not.
We gotta try it.
Yes, we do.
We know where we can get it. You think they sell it at the grocery store, or do you think you can buy it online?
We can try to look at the grocery store.
We'll do some research after the podcast. What's interesting to me is, what type of barbecue sauce does Poirier have? Is it like Poirier's pork barbecue sauce?
I think it has his name on it.
Let me see.
Poirier.
We're gonna look this up. We're not below Googling here. Poirier barbecue.
So
Poirier barbecue. Poirier's Louisiana style hot sauce. Oh, okay. Cajun style hot sauce inspired by Poirier's Louisiana roots. Interesting. I wonder where you can get it.
but I think he is a first ballot Hall of Famer now.
Does the UFC have a Hall of Fame?
Yes, they do.
Then I agree with you. I just didn't know they had a Hall of Fame. All right, well, that's really all we got time for. We will try to get a bottle of Poirier's hot sauce. Tony, do you like hot sauce?
Yes, I do.
I love hot sauce. I used to always think that hot sauce was just for, like, people who didn't know how to cook, that they needed to, like, smother their food in something. But no, it's actually really good. I love hot sauce. So we'll try to get some, and we will report on the quality of said hot sauce, and we'll go from there.
Yeah?
Anything else you want to share?
Nope, I am good for today.
Awesome. Well, everyone, thanks for listening to Tony's Upset, a sports podcast fueled by autism and brotherhood. Have a great one.